Okay, so after running the numbers, I've discovered that I'm making over 12 million gold a day as a pure free-to-play player. So I've decided to make a gold farming guide for other free-to-play players to follow through. What this video is going to work out is that I'm going to make a kind of tier list based off how much and how easy it is to get gold from each of the different sources. So starting off with the S tier is Dispatch Mission. So currently I have a 3 hour and 17-minute claim. I'm on 19 million gold. Let's see how much this gives. Wait, and by the way, this can give so much more since my setup isn't the best. I only have like 220 to 235 on each, no, 225 or 240 on each sector. Meanwhile, other people have like upwards of 300 or something gold per minute on each sector. So with all of that combined, from a 3 hour and 17-minute claim, we get 743,000 gold. If we put that in the calculator, that is a net total of 5.4 million gold a day for free. Literally just for pressing one button once every 6 hours. A large part of this is just getting all the sectors, just pushing to at least 9 missions on each sector, since that gives a 6-hour storage for the dispatch missions. So at most you'll only miss out on like 1 or 2 hours if you go to sleep or go to school or go to work, locking sectors and then pushing missions. And the number two thing is actually getting a lot of growth score on a lot of characters. Each each 5 growth grade on each sector represents plus 15 gold per minute. A little bit more because I believe the gold can drop extra, like that 225 per minute is the bare minimum. It can drop more. So it seems like I've completed dispatch, but there's still ways for me to increase my gold gain from dispatch, even though it's already a massive 5.4 million gold a day. To put it into perspective, that means you can, just from dispatch alone, you can get a native tier 3 from level 1 to level 60 plus 20 in about 19 days, even less if you have a better dispatch setup. Moving on to the A tier of gold farming methods, Alliance Battle is definitely one of them. And although there are like gold milestones in really, really difficult points, like 14 million on Legend and I believe, yeah, 18 million on Extreme, most likely if you're hitting 18 million on ABX and 14 million in ABL, you're not gonna need gold anyway. However, there's actually a really easy gold milestone in ABL and ABX, being 800k points for ABL, as well as 20,000 points, which nets you 900k gold in total. And in ABX, it's 5 million points, which is pretty easy. My supports with a DPS build can hit 5 mil. Even my Mbaku off-season with, I believe, She-Hulk lead can hit 5 million. Then another 400k gold on 20k points. And then Alliance Battle normal every day gives you 300k. That means all I'm doing is adding one game mode that takes at most 7-8 minutes. And I'm adding an extra 300k plus 900k plus 900k, leading to 2.1 million gold a day. On the one hand, it's likely that you won't have full coverage because of the mutant days. Yeah, Bass Hero Mutant, you don't really have any good free-to-play options except for like Cable, and then Hero Female Mutant, you don't have good options in general. So you're most likely not gonna get the 800k, maybe the 20k, maybe you just don't have any options at all. But that's counterbalanced by the fact that every Friday reset, about 10 hours after reset, your entry for Alliance Battle actually resets, which means you can get the 2.1 million gold twice on that day. I'm just averaging things out. So I'm just going to say 2.1 million gold a day from Alliance Battle. And on top of that, you have Dimension Missions. Depending on the agent level, currently I have 110, which is the max to get the max resources. You just need to clear the highest level of Dimension Mission you can 5 times minimum to get the first gold reward. And then it's incredible. It scales up with agent level up to 110, and it goes up to 2 million gold. So far, I've added 5 clear tickets, 1 game mode to the gold farming, and I went from 5.3 million to about 7.3, 9.4 million gold per day. Taking the native tier 3 example, that's cutting down our time to build a native tier 3 from 19 days to 11 days. We're moving on to the B tier stuff. the miscellaneous stuff where it doesn't really give a lot of gold on its own, but because there's just so many game modes in the game, it adds up. And these are things I would definitely say are either worth doing for gold or worth doing for other resources. It's just nice that it gives a decent amount of gold. Continuing on the dimension missions, um, each clear of the dimension mission gives like 6 to 7,000 gold. So if you're like me, you don't want to spend crystals on uh, like a Sonic, Abomination, Professor X, and Rachel Summers. You're gonna hopefully get one from these contribution chests. And in that case, you'll be doing 40 dimension missions a day, really unfortunately. But that also means that's another 240, 250 to 80,000 gold a day. And then there's also other missions that I usually run. For example, I've already cleared all of those today, but I do have the Gene Deluxe Pack quest, which gives access to this stage, which is worth about 40,000 gold for the 2 clears per day. And then I also run these default missions. They drop about 18 to 20,000 gold per run since I'm trying to farm 5 level anyway. It's not a bad amount of gold. I'm currently valuing gold at about 4,000 gold for 1 energy spent, so the conversion here is actually pretty good. It's like those epic quest missions, and then probably a few ones I randomly do, like Dark Rain. I'm currently grinding up Dakin for Shadowland. So that's up to like 150k a day. And then manual dispatch, not manual, auto dispatch with energy. Currently, I'm able to run 13-4, which, given my agent bonuses with 3% gold, it's about 13,000 gold per clear, and I run about 30 a day, give or take. So that's 390,000 gold a day. But I'm actually really close to being able to farm this stage, 14-2, which I believe is the easiest stage on Sector 14, which bumps it up to 14,500 gold per stage. So if I keep on doing about 30 runs a day, that'll bump the gold production up from 390k to 420,000 gold per day, just as a bonus for running this pack. Because I like the odds of getting premium items. I've gotten 3 CTPs, 1 Judgment, 2 Insight from Dispatch mission so far, which is incredibly lucky. I should only have like 1 or 2. But like having a chance to drop premium items is nice, but at the same time, even if it doesn't drop premium items, it drops mythic cards, hero cards. It drops cards in general at a pretty good rate. I think it's about 1 total mythic card every 100 energy, I would say. So you're getting gold, you're getting cards, you get a lot of fodder ISOs, which is why I have a lot of Shadowland tunes with like good ISO sets. Like look at that. 5 and 6 star ISOs, Nimtron, 6-star ISOs, um who else? I believe Falcon has ISOs as well. Red Guardian definitely has ISOs. Yeah, 6-star ISOs. You get a lot of fodder ISOs, which means you can actually like pad up your growth score for running these dispatch sectors. But then that also helps you with Shadowland. And then Urus are just nice. You get 4 to 6-star Urus, which are like definitely worth the gold for combining. And you actually get 6-star Urus at a pretty nice rate, I'm pretty sure. So those help with the Odin's Blessing chance up combine event. So yeah, this pack is very good for a lot of reasons. And then on the side, you also get a really good conversion to gold depending on how far you can push. And then Giant Boss Rate. Giant Boss Rate actually drops a lot of gold, especially Dormammu. I think you get like 140,000 to 150,000 per run if you run with 80 boost points. So normally I do 2 runs of GBRs. If my Falcon drops are super unlucky, I'll go for 3. So let's just say an extra 280,000 gold a day. So those are the missions. We've also haven't covered the multiverse invasion. So multiverse invasion, although it gets significantly better with VIP 1 because that guarantees you like 3 million gold a day, the base reward can drop gold if it stops lagging. Yeah, it can drop gold, which is like a slightly higher amount than the VIP 1. And on average, I'd say it drops twice a day. Sometimes you get super lucky and get 4 or 5. Sometimes you get 1 or even none. So that's, let's just say 600,000 gold a day from multiverse invasion, plus an extra 100 to 150,000 from these rank rewards. If I full auto it, I'd get 100k gold. If I manual play like my Null and Venom, I should be able to hit top 30%, which is another 150k. Let's just say 100k, so that's an extra 700,000 gold per day from Multiverse Invasion for doing literally nothing. And then there's also the Alliance check-in. Checking in on your Alliance actually gives you gold, and if you have a pretty active Alliance, that's 150,000 gold. Plus a chance for these chests to drop gold, which in like hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions on a crit. I just can't count it because I don't know the odds and they don't have the chance button for this, unfortunately. But hey, it's better to undersell than to oversell the amount of gold we're farming. And alongside everything, we also have the weeklies. So Shadowland stages 1 through 35 overall if you take only the gold stages, because sometimes it gives you a choice between Nornstone Selectors or gold, BAM or gold. Always pick gold, except maybe the 100 BAM or 200,000 gold stage. If you're low on BAM, the BAM one is a really good conversion. But aside from that, I'm assuming you only take the gold stages. In that case, it's 3.2 million gold a week. Plus, give or take 300 to 400,000. Because you also get, I can't show it because I've already climbed, but you get like these Hand and Daredevil and Shadowland chests for clearing like the 25s to 35s. If they drop gold, they drop a lot of gold, hundreds of thousands. And then we also have the weekly quest milestones. These ones, they've been buffed, I believe, last year. So now you get 1 million gold and then another 2 million gold as long as you do your daily tasks, which you should be doing for the crystals anyway. So that's a bonus 3 million a week, not bad. And then in Timeline Battle, for doing 70 participations a week, in gold, you get a million gold. I'm currently just flip-flopping between top 1% gold and then dropping in plat. I used to be able to hit top 100, but I think people just got more active, so it's a lot more competitive. I might try to push the Vibranium. But yeah, gold gives you 1 million, platinum gives you 1.2, and vibranium gives you 1.5 million gold a week just for playing Timeline Battle every day. Let's just say a million a week. And then zombies. Zombies actually gives you gold. It's not a lot, but like it's something. Even the bare minimum from 41 to 50 and 11 to 40, that's a decent 500,000 gold a week. And then on top of that, another weekly, Alliance Conquest. Alliance Conquest actually gives a decent amount of gold. I assume most of my viewers are 1500 points or lower. So that's 2 million gold every week just for participating in Alliance Conquest on average. I believe that is it for the weeklies. So with GDR, Epic Quests, Dimension Missions, Dispatch Missions, and Multiverse Invasion, you get about 1.8 million gold a day. And from the weeklies, you get 9.7 million a week, which translates to about 1.4 million a day. So we're going from that 9.4 million to extra 3 million to 12.4 million gold a day, which means that native tier 3 example, it went from taking 90 days to 11 days to now 8 days. Imagine like once a week, assuming I'm not gatekept by books or materials or TCP or EOD or whatever. Imagine every week. Next week, he's level 60 with plus 20 gears. The week after, he's level 60 with plus 20 gears. The week after, he's level 60 with plus 20 gears. That is an incredible amount of gold. And honestly, that is where most people should be stopping. But if you're really desperate, we have these C tier gold making options, which are like the bottom of the barrel, really inefficient, but it's technically free gold. So first of all, we have Shadowland again, but King of the Hill. You just need to do this once a day, I believe, and the entry cost is 50,000 gold, and as long as you're confident in succeeding, you're getting at least plus 50,000 gold a day. So not too bad. I mean, personally, let me just run this right now. The issue is that they all have their awakened skills off rip. And then they have revives. But it doesn't matter, I'm null. Lol. Okay. Now with that, I am top 37%, which means I'm getting 150,000 gold for spending that 50,000 gold. If you have a decent PvP character like Sentry Null, and then the team over here doesn't have like Sentry Null, Adams, and Surfer or whatever, because people usually put like crappy ass teams here. So like that could be 50 to 100,000 gold per day for free. Sometimes you can't play because somebody put their Null there, but yeah, it's free gold. And then we have the legendary battles. So we get five. We're allowed to have 5 boxes a day as long as you clear legendary battles, but you can't clear ticket it, and you can't autoplay it. You have to manually clear the exact same stage 5 times a day. And I believe on average, if you clear all 5 boxes, it's 80,000 gold a day. I mean, on the one hand, it's free stuff and it's not nothing, and you still have a chance to get like bios. If it crits bios, it gets like 40 bios, which is not bad. On the other hand, to put into perspective how little 80,000 gold is, that means you get to have one extra tier 2, which I value at about 5 million gold, once every 2 months. Which means if I have been playing Legendary Battle like every day instead of skipping on most days, the only difference it would have made for my account is this would have probably been like 3,000 instead of 2,700. I'm actually not too sure. I haven't run the numbers on that. And who's not gated by bios? And he would be tier 2 right now. Look at my account. And if I had done legendary battles every single day, manually, the exact same stage, the only difference is that he would be tier 2. And then I would be getting her close to tier 2 as well. It's something. It's not nothing, but at the same time, it's nothing. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for gold farming. I'm probably missing a few things, like I haven't considered Team Battle Arena. I still haven't considered like selling clear tickets. Like you can sell half of these and get oop. You can sell like most of your clear tickets since you don't need that many. That's like 1 million gold every couple of months. There's also selling not rank up tickets. Don't do that. XP chips that you get from Multiverse Invasion, which add up to something. Also farming story mode normal gives you a lot of GVR type enhancement kits. It's extremely gold inefficient to merge them into higher tiers, so you can just do this. That is only 5 digits of gold, but that's still something you can do in a pinch. Why can you sell carbos? I'm sorry, what? But anyway, yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And the day 100 account review is coming in. Well, day 100 is going to be literally tomorrow. One and a bit hours of the time since the time of me recording this. The account review is gonna come out a bit later because I still need to edit it. I still need to edit this video, but yeah, subscribe for more.